he's going places. He's high up there. In fact, I think for him to get his son is going to be very soon because he is excellent. How I wish Prime Boy's lawyer is actually Baba's lawyer. Okay, he is brilliant. I mean, àwọn tó ń pè ní ẹ̀fíkò igi ìwé.
We all sit to enjoy. We all sit to see that there's something that's quite salient here. I think Brian Boy has a new lawyer, and
No, it's not a new lawyer.
this is what I want to say. It does not matter, and I've said this countless number of times. When people put seniority on performances, it does not hold water. What hold waters is your ability to have good evidences and present them and be able to defend them in front of a judge that you get a good output. So whether you are a lawyer that just came out yesterday or you are a lawyer that have been there for 5 years or 100 years, it doesn't matter. Whether you are SAN, you are no SAN, once you are a lawyer of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, you know your sort, follow it through. And I think that is what Prime Boy's lawyer has been doing all this while. He knows what he has worked on and is defending his client very well. He is not a big shot, as people always claim. It is not about being a big shot, it's about following through. And from the report, we could see that he argued the reason why he sent an application to bring witnesses. And the judge had no other option than to concur.
He must. She must.
And that is his job. His job is to able to show the judge the reason why you want this. Just like the last time when the lawyer from Mr. Joseph Aloba requested that they should go to the scene, and they couldn't argue their reason for demanding for such. So it happens every time in the court. So giving kudos to him or not giving kudos to him, it's obvious that they got a good lawyer that knows his responsibility and is not going to the court to ask fictitious, to place fictitious application. He's going there with application that are realistic and he can defend and is getting the answer. And what he also did helped the application of Barrister Shitu Alao, because
Exactly.
if he wasn't able to defend that, probably the judge will have said, I rejected this, I'll reject your own too.
And
But he was able to give the judge the reason that if these people were not here, when those people gave their own evidences and they accused this person, he wasn't there to defend himself. You say, okay, now, but she has made it very clear. It is not representation of account. It is cross-examination, which is very, very beautiful. So you are just opposing what they've said before against the reality, and you are probing it further. And that is going to be very explosive. It's going to be very explosive.
I like that word.
And God help the superintendent or the IPO that was forcing,
IPO Yusuf Mohammed.
Yes, IPO Mohammed that was forcing something on a suspect. He will come to that place and he will be able, to defend himself as well. He will be able to say it is true. Now, the lawyer have said, we have a video evidence. Let the man come and say, no, I was not the one in the video, or that was not my voice. You understand what I mean? So even that, we even put ground to it that, my dear magistrate, if the IPO of a matter is forcing a weapon of crime on a suspect, it means that the investigation is already prejudicial. Therefore, we want police to change the investigative team. That, you see, there are a lot of don't let me just talk further on it. We can take bringing some witnesses to be cross-examined that could open more kind of worms to a lot of things that would help the investigation and can even counter the unproductivity of the Nigerian police. So it takes a lawyer that understands the game, that have done his or her homework, and that is firm, and that asks good questions, not stupid requests, or that make good requests and backs it up with brilliant submission. And we will always get this. Everybody's going to have their day in court. For all I stand for is for us to know what killed, who killed, how Mohbad died. And really, that is what the state should be also be interested in. That is what I am interested in. And whatever that case can lead to, the judicial inquiry, which is the inquest, will help us to fish that out. So when they submit their final document to the DPP, and DPP will tell us that they have a case in court, and we'll be all be sharing up and waiting for waiting for things to materialize, waiting for us to get closer to what we want to get to. Because don't forget, inquest is just a judicial inquiry. It's also a form of investigation. So when we conclude this investigation, we go back to the police, because all their documentation, they will send it to the DPP and send it to the police and say, police, check all these things. They go through it. If there are leads, police will go through the leads and further investigate. So really, once we have a salient judicial inquiry session that outputted good findings, police will have no place to hide in times of investigating properly.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, all everybody just have to do is to ensure that we know the Nigerian system. We know that there are shady things in the Nigerian system. We are seeing the hands of Esau and the voice of Jacob. So since we already preempted that, our job as the public is to counter it. You want to fight an opponent, you already know the tactics and the traits of the opponent, and you're going to the competition with the opponent. You are not going to say, oh, my opponent always bribe official. No, you already know that. So part of your own strategy is also to counter it at every point in time. So you use the system and you use open. Let everybody be naked and let the court clothe who befits to be clothed. And the person that has to be chased into the cold naked, and let the court decide. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Was is a win for justice for Mohbad. That's the simplest way to put it. The case is still ongoing, and we are not saying go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. Please let us not fracalize.
Forward for Mohbad in seeking justice. Today is a step forward. Go
Very good.
ahead.
Let me just add something. From hindsight, while what the council for Ada Foundation or from Bankole and Smith Chamber said is okay, but I see it as a need. I see it as a want and not a need. It is always nice to say, let's broadcast things. People use those words, probably for many timid people to see what is going on. But I think my position always has been that just like election matters,
Yes.
it costs a lot to broadcast these things. It costs a lot. The question is always, if you are asking for something, are you going to pay for it? If the state will pay for it, it comes to the aspect of, is there a budget for it? If there is a budget for it, is there a necessity for it? If there is a necessity for it, can you defend it? So for me, in the history of inquest, how many inquests have been broadcast nationally? Even that of Delegiwa was never broadcasted nationally. That of Sylvester was never broadcasted nationally. And this is a state matter. So it has to come with cost. I think what for everybody, just like what the sniper did, someone called him to give him an event of what happened. And I think what every concerned person should do is to at least get an insider at the inquest, at every inquest, that will give us live and unbiased repertoire of what transpired. Not people that will come and be talking. No, just go there, give us the report, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let people understand it, because that allows it. Because one thing is this: if we are transmitting court proceeding or inquiry or judicial proceedings, a timid population of Nigerians don't understand the judicial procedures, and in effect they carry wrong information without understanding the reason why a magistrate, a judge, or a lawyer says some things. And they like to sensationalize things. And we know what happens in Nigeria when Nigerians are emotionally involved in a matter. They don't want to think, they don't want to be logical. They just want to say, if it is not the way we are feeling, it is all lies. And I think for that reason, in order not to eat up what should not, it is good that matters are reported. And I believe the magistrate have allowed journalists to come in, to even stay outside and interview people. Let them explore all those avenues, and let the matter go without any form that we cast aspersion onto any member of the court. And let us come outside and educate ourselves better. Because at times when you see things, because you don't have the knowledge, you will have made some judgments. And when you now have knowledge, if you are someone that is prideful, you wouldn't want to accept that you've seen a new light to it. You simply want to say, hey, what I saw before was okay. So I think the judge is even very, very right for saying such request will not be entertained. And I think he's right. I would only advise people, the more the journalists, the more people that go there to cover this thing, the more they give unbiased report of what happened, the better for the timid public to engage it and to understand that they are going on with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thing. Let's see what Prime Boy's lawyer did. Prime Boy's lawyer is not a son, okay? I think we all know that's number one. Then, number two, he did his job and he was able to untie the magistrate's hand. This is what I always say. Corrupt government. Let me tell you a few things I know about that magistrate. Otisu. She's been going to her father pé ọ̀rọ̀ kéèsì ti sú òun. Kéèsì yẹn ti sú. She was almost done. She wants the case off her table. First hand information. In fact, to tears she was crying. Okay. So, and she was
Sorry, I got a quick question to ask either you or aristocrats. Am I free to ask?
of course. Anybody is
All
free
right.
to ask any question.
All right. Just to educate some of us, right? So now we're talking about DCSP Muyiwa. I believe that's his name. I know he's not a witness, neither
IPO,
is this.
IPO
Okay,
is
IPU
Muyiwa.
Muyiwa. Yeah. I know he's not a suspect and he's not a witness. What
Not
do we
Muyiwa,
call him?
Mohammed.
Mohammed or whatever his name is. Yeah. We know
Mr.
he's not a
Muyiwa
suspect.
post Milori.
Sorry, we know he's not a suspect and he's not a witness. What do we call him? Do we call him an accused or what do we call him?
Well,
And And
Uh
let me finish my
okay, go
question,
ahead.
man. Sorry. All right. So where you find the name for him? What if this man is not in the country anymore? Then what happens? Let's say he's traveled out of the country. Then what happens?
Okay. Mr. Aristocrat, you want to take that?
All right. This is what I'm going to say. The IPO is a police officer. By virtue of his role and position on this matter, he is the leader, he's the man that is investigating the matter. Now, if a suspect then accuses the prosecutor of unholy activity, you see, that has cast a big aspersion on the whole investigation as a whole, or the investigation process. What then means is this: according to Prime Boy, he is accusing the IPO, that is the investigation police officer, of his own case where he is a suspect of high-handedness, connivance, and what will I say? And pressurizing him to admit to a crime he do not commit. That is a very grave accusation. Now, that inspector now is going to answer his petition, because it's still a petition, it's not a suspect. Someone have accused him. So he's sitting in the position of an accused, not a suspect. He accused, like I wrote a petition against the sniper, that the sniper, yesterday you did that, I saw you somewhere, or sniper, I saw you this Ijebu angel, you are eyeing my girlfriend, and you are doing all those things. And I wrote a petition, I write it against you. I am the complainant. You are the person that I'm accusing. So based on that, it's still under police investigation. Now, this petition has been written, I think, around April or May. Police have opened investigation on it. They've requested for this man, this police officer, to come. He has not gone there. Now, in this petition, he accused both the police and the widow. Now, it is the job of the police to do their job. However, they are yet to do that. So that is still standing. So according to that petition, it is. I think what the lawyer also did intelligently is to bring that petition forward to say, and why police is investigating it and it's investigating their own, Madam Judge, I have opportunity to bring the two people to your court, and for them to, although they will not be arrested, you understand what I mean? They are not passing judgment at the inquest, but for them to come and say whether not true or wrong. Because now his own client is a suspect in the matter, and his own client have come to give his own account of events. But while others gave account of their event, his client was in incarceration. He was there for 3 months. He only came to the court after he was released on bail. Therefore, he has every right to be there and to tell them, you are lying regarding this, so that they will not put it to account as this is the fact. He has opportunity to defend the matter. And he will also say, now, if with the way the lawyer has proven himself, he will be able to ask questions that are inherent in his petition as to what his client was saying that they are forcing him to be. Now, you talk about if the man traveled, Abby. If the man traveled,
Yes, it is
the
not in the country anymore.
police are responsible for him. If he travels, then the police must bring him and declare him wanted. Why? Even before now, there is a petition against this man, and investigation is going on. They know the man has a case to answer. They could rather say they want to go through the police system because he's an officer. You know, when you're an officer, they need to investigate it. They don't bring you to an open court to do all that. But that is besides the point. That begs the question. The question is, he is currently an employee of the Nigerian
Good
police.
morning,
So
everyone.
Nigerian police must produce him as requested by the court for him to come and give his testimony. You understand? I hope I've been able to answer that.
Yeah,
And actually, let me buttress
one more
that. Let
question.
me
One
let
more
me
question.
buttress that. IPO Mohammed is still at Banti. He was still spotted not too long ago at Banti, so he has not traveled anywhere. I have a message here. Prime Boy's lawyer explained that the fundamental human rights of fair hearing of Prime Boy will be shut out if the witnesses aren't recalled. So this lawyer here is, to me, I'm falling in love. I fall in love easily. I'm already in love with him. You know, he's doing a oh shit, man. I mean, this is what we talk about. When people know and talk intelligently, fight intelligently, and not, I have evidence. Cash. No, no. I'm just loving this lawyer of Prime Boy. I'm loving him because, to be honest with you, Prime Boy is going to be the drive of this justice for Mobad. Because if he is, anyway, let's leave it as like that. Let me just stop right there because I don't want to release some information that I know. But
All right.
My
Honorable,
next
off your mic.
question,
Off
please.
your mic. Thank you.
okay,
The snapper, go
Let me,
ahead, please, with your question.
yeah, yeah. So my next question is, if they're able to establish that IPO pressured or pushed or commanded Prime Boy to write a statement saying that he stopped nobody, if they're able to remove that, how does that then work with the fact that they said they fought at the sorry, how does that work with the fact that they fought at the show and he got injured by punching the glass? That will still be standing, innit?
no.
All
Go
right.
ahead, go ahead,
Now,
Aristotle.
just mute so that we will not hear the crying of a kid. Now, this is what it is. You see, in court, you always look for reasons to puncture some lies. How do you say someone is lying? If truly Prime Boy had a fight with Mobad and there was injury, that was an evidence enough. You then ask a question. Why would an IPO then be forcing a dagger on a suspect to say that he used the dagger? It then means that the first claim that says he fought with him and he had injury probably is not substantial, probably is shaky, probably it does not even exist. Because if it does exist, you have no reason to go and force the guy that admit that you used a dagger, admit to something else. That is away from the testimony that has been. Then, to rational thinking lot, they then say that that is a lie that has been put out there and they are trying to substantiate that lie. Why do you need another evidence to substantiate an injury when it is clear that you said under the law that if someone had a fracas with someone that sustained an injury, 365 days plus 1 day, if anything happens to that person, the other person that is still alive that fought with the person, if it is 2 people or more, are liable to be charged for manslaughter. That is already open. So why do you want to help the ark of God when it is falling, when God can help himself? Then you question them, and but for doing that, the man has fallen short of the status of what a police officer ought to be. He has fallen short of the status of even being an IPO of a case. Does that mean that the investigative officer of a case now is forcing the suspect to admit to his own allegations? The court will throw out all those allegations. That is what it's going to mean. Because if you have a good lawyer And he's able to say, my Lord, I cannot agree this. It means all these people have been saying against my client. Now, it is not about the death, though. He's against his client. He's defending his guy. All what they're saying is not true. So we need to see the true essence of it. Secondly, why would an IPO want to force a murder weapon that does not exist in the first place to a suspect to say he used a weapon? What that means is this. In a murder case, once you see a murder weapon and it can show relation to the murder case, you solve the case. You've solved the case. It's just for you to go to court and press the button. What it then means is this. If we all sit logically on the fight of Prime Boy with Mohbad, it seems, and is a probability, it seems even the IPO do not really believe that Prime Boy was involved in a fight that caused injury. Because if he does, he doesn't have to go through that unconventional and criminal way to want to, as alleged, to want to force the suspect. So it is now for Prime Boy and his lawyer to prove in court, or to prove to the police according to his petition to the Nigerian police, to say that truly, and if they have evidence that that IPO was forcing him. If that is established, it is then left for his lawyer to go through the other route. Because in all this, all the lawyer is trying to do is to take his client from the class of suspects to the class of non-suspects. Very simple.
Thank
I
you.
hope I've been able to explain that.
Let me add to that, Aristocrat. Let me add a few lines to that. Remember also, Prime Boy still has wanted on his name. So he can't even go to any embassy to apply for anything right now to travel. So his lawyer must be exceptionally good. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the autopsy the government produced, the pathologists that came, IPO Mohammed, the government, they are all under one umbrella. Even their own autopsy did not confirm or ascertain any stabbed wound on Mohbad. From day one, I have been saying it, you can never sustain such an injury from punching a Prado window. It's virtually impossible. If it means, I don't mind. I'm ready to see this case all the way through if I see a light at the end of the tunnel. I wouldn't mind to sponsor having a return demonstration where they have to recreate the scene. We have someone of Moba's height, Moba's weight. We have the person take one or two bottles of that origin and punch the Prado. And let's see how we will do computer regeneration of that event. Like you cannot sustain it. So it is a pure lie and trying to rope Prime Boy into this case. I've said it from day one. I don't give a shit about Prime Boy. I don't know Prime Boy. I don't know Wumi. I don't know Baba Mohbad. And I care less about all of them. But what I know I want is justice for Mohbad. Mi ò fẹ́ kí ẹni tí ó ṣẹ̀. I don't want an innocent person to go down for a crime they did not commit, and I do not want a criminal to walk free in the streets of anywhere in the world. I will not partake in it, and I will never give spending on anybody money or anything. I have not given a dime to Prime Boy, even though Queen Elijah begged me to support spending and help him financially. I refused. I am not into that. I am completely for justice. Justice for one is justice for all. So IPO, I have called IPO Muhammad Yusuf out on my platform many, many, many times. So this is the time for us to fasten on our seatbelts, because there is a really little starlight at the end of the tunnel right there. And Prime Boy's name if he is guilty, yes, he goes down. If he's not, nobody should rope anybody. There is absolutely no way. I say it and I stand by it. Nobody, even if I have 101 million anti-justice or Timumi on my platform, I know what I know, and I stand for what I stand for. Escapade, I see your comments. You can come up if you have if you are not in a noisy place and if you want to speak, you can come up. But as is right now, I would rather invest in Prime Boy's lawyer than invest in any GoFundMe. And if Baba and his crew, if they know exactly what is good for them, they also should, from the GoFundMe, be paying for Prime Boy's lawyer, because it looks like you can get some sort of justice through Prime Boy. Because I've been saying it, Prime Boy have done he has done everything right, and his lawyer is brilliant. He When they detained him, he sued. He petitioned. When they did this, he petitioned. When I mean, just doing it right. The only thing I don't give a shit about Prime Boy, I think he can stay off the internet, TikTok a little bit. I think he should just do that, because this is a criminal case. He should do less of that, not completely stop, but just do less of that. But I am not his legal counsel, and I think his legal counsel, they will advise him accordingly. Accordingly, they see him. If it's okay with them, it's okay, because and do not go for any question and answer. Like, go on the panel and be answering any unnecessary questions, so that you don't. There's something in English language, they call it Floridian slip. So you don't go and say nonsense that can be used or will be held against you in the court of law, that you said this, you said this, you said that. So that is all, the only additional thing I'm going to say. But otherwise, if there is a possibility that you want to do like, I don't see why Baba should not be paying for Prime Boy's lawyer, because it looks like through him something can come up.
See, please, can I come in on that?
Yeah.
Number one thing is to okay, he's dropped. I will say, Prime Boy's lawyer coming to the inquest. Number one thing is he's not coming to unravel the cause of death of Mohbad, but he's coming to absolve his client. Sorry, I'm outside. To absolve his client, which is Prime Boy, of all responsibilities to the cause of death of Mohbad. And
Well,
one of the
if
things I
that is true, but look at it this way. They said he fought with Prime Boy. If they are able to establish the fight, establish that there was no fight, and that wound was not sustained at Ikorodu, the Prime Boy will be exonerated. Yes,
yeah,
but
okay,
then
that's why he's been absolved.
where was the wound sustained? That probably will go back to the house, the rail at the house, the fight at the house, and therefore, and it's going to bust open a new dimension that will be looked at. So this is why
Obviously,
I say Karima should just
no,
shut up and
no,
do the
no, hold on, see,
affidavit.
hold on,
Go
see.
ahead.
What I'm just trying to say is, once the prime boss lawyer can convince the court that his client is not involved, then he's handing off the case. There's no other. He has no other business to be defending. I mean, trying to find out the cause. So, and one of the things I've noticed that makes we make a lot is we always believe on titles, especially in legal field, especially SCN. And one thing you don't know is that these SCNs, they have lots of cases that they do, and that is what I noticed in the previous coroner inquest. What happens is that they have a junior lawyer that writes the briefings. Then on the day of the court, that is when they actually read the briefings that the junior lawyers have come up with, and they struggle to defend those pleas in court. And that's one of the things you saw today when they were asking for televised coverage of the proceedings. Obviously, if the lawyer had actually told them written these pleas before coming to court, they wouldn't be coming with that claim, or the previous ones they've been having missed issues with the magistrate. But what you've seen in Prime Boy's lawyer is a very good lawyer. He has a good career ahead of him, and he's focused on this case. This case is paramount to him. What we have is other lawyers that they are paying every amount of money. They are just seeing this as a case for them to handle. It's not a big case for them. It is not a case that will move them to the next level in their career. So what we need now is for Baba Mohbad and his legal team to look for good lawyers who will take this case as a paramount case. It's not people that will be based in the UK and be taking up a case in Nigeria, or you have a son that comes at will to court, because sometimes they say sons and don't come for inquest. If you really want to win this case, you need to get lawyers who have interest, who are going to fight with their blood, with their mind, with their time to get justice for Mohbad. And that's what we are seeing in Prime Boy's lawyer, because this guy knows his onions. He has studied the case, he has written his case well, he has studied how he can make his place, and the magistrate will have no other opinion to refuse his applications.
Because the lawyer is going to go. You are very correct, sir. Very, very correct, and that's very good observations. Very good observations, because someone that is already there don't need to struggle. Maybe Prime Boy's lawyer is looking forward to getting his son and being a whatever judge or whatever. So this Mohbad's case is a big case. It's a big case to bring into the limelight.
Of
So
course.
and it's even a big case if you are even running for a political office. It's a very big case. Yeah, of course, to bring you to the limelight and bust your career open. And I think this man, the Prime Boy's lawyer, is is rugged. Is smart. Man,
Yeah, I
there's
remember when I was
I like
younger,
smart people, I don't know why.
Femi Falana came to limelight when he was handling Fela Kuti and the Oyakilome case. That was the case.
Exactly.
That was the case that brought Femi Falana up. So we
So
need
yeah.
someone lawyers that can be in the team that really, really focused. I mean, people who really take this case on board. I mean, they feel it is their
That
life
is
at
why
this
I am
moment.
calling out Baba's team. They should work. Seal is in love. Yes, I am in love. I am in love. That you know what? I don't get. You can't use money, wig, and somebody. Those things are not beauty to me. I don't. Material things doesn't move me. When I see a man that is intelligent, that is what I fall in love with. Because even if the man is not rich today, there is prospect if you have good head on your shoulder. That's for me. My beauty to me is when you have brain. Beauty is not when you bleach, wear nose ring or tattoo or $1 million wig on your head. I don't see beauty in that. Then you open your mouth and say stupid shit. I just look at you as anyway. That was a little distraction right there. But like going back to Prime Boy's lawyer, um, Baba's team, Baba's team should try and do whatever they can to absorb, try to intertwine this Prime Boys case with themselves and make sure, come and collect Rolls Royce first, okay? And make sure that when Prime Boy is exonerated, they can ah they can tour that line. I don't know how to explain it. I'm imagining it in my head. They can just go through that channel, piggyback on Prime Boy, and just ride on Prime Boy's lawyer. They should just cut this bullshit of son or no son. Like you said, they should allow Prime Boy's lawyer to front everything. And it will really, Prime Boys winning this case will help their case a million times. So they should piggyback just gingerly, and bury their ego, all this stupid on the G that they are doing. Just gingerly, just ride on him and just follow him quietly and let him take the lead. Because the only way this case can be brought back to life, because it's already a dead case, the only way this case can be brought to life, or that is being brought back to life, is Prime Boy and bringing the IPO and Wunmi back to the inquest. So that is it. And they should just gently don't do shit. And they should not just go out there and be saying, Awalashe, it was shit. Now lie. I know what is going on. Now lie. In fact, I already have the embalmment petition in my hand because they were lying that they did it. I have it in my possession now. I already looked for it because I had it even then. But because I formatted my phone, I didn't know where it was. I have it now. They've done shit. They've done shit. And because people are saying, show us the petition you have written, now they say, Shebi, we did the embalmment. They are not the one that did it. They just collected your money through the GoFundMe. They should use the GoFundMe money to pay Prime Boy's lawyer and give him a little bit more tip so he can fight even harder. I want it run. I want it run. They should be the one paying Prime Boy's lawyer. I know who is paying Prime Boy's lawyer. They are not the one. And the person paying Prime Boy, does he? No, because this case, Prime Boy is helping their case. Baba should be responsible for paying that. I'm very proud of Prime Boy. But he is going to need not Prime Boy, but his lawyer is going to need a lot of money to keep fighting because a lot of things needs to be done. They have to go and probably eventually we'll be able to find the Prado driver. They have to look for a Prado to break the glass. They have to do a return demonstration. They have to do a lot of things now because Wunmi coming back, okay, you guys that call me anti-justice, Shebi you now still say no anti-justice came to my platform now. Because today favors justice for Mohbad. Shebi I don't see. But yes, you guys will be saying this, that. Come and argue. Come and argue your case. Prime Boy, excellent. When they brought out a fake petition that time and they petitioned 33 people, and we did a counter petition for Perkins and Arifa, this was the route we wanted to take. We wanted to use that one to bust the case open, to sue them, to do this. I even gave them money for transportation. They didn't go. No. Prime Boy, kudos to you. Fight for your right. Fight for your name. You must remove the wanted on your name. Because right now, no place will give you visa. No place. They put your name in the computer, they see you are wanted, is dead on arrival. You don't even need to try as of now because it's just going to mess up your passport and it's going to have deny all over it. And when one country see a deny, the another country will say, oh, yeah, they won't give you. They want to probe into why you were denied. So anyway, once again, I see it as a beautiful win, as a win situation, we celebrate every little steps. So this is a little step that worth celebrating. It's a good one. And I'm very, 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 very happy.
Congratulations to Mohbad.
Congratulations to Mohbad, yes.
Mohbad, I'm so happy for you. Your spirit is so strong. In as much delight against Prime Boy, once Prime Boy's name is, being off the hook, we will see next to do, because if there was no fight, there will be no nurse.
And if I've been saying it, favorite, there is no way there would have been that much fight at Ikorodu and not even one picture, one video. It's impossible.
I've been the one emphasizing on this, that there is no video evidence that backs it up. The only person that witnessed the fight was CY. They asked Adura,
Adura
who
says,
told
CY
you?
told me.
CY
Even
told me.
Adura says, CY told me. Nobody witnessed it. And that injury can never come from such acclaimed cause. No,
I
no.
saw the video of Primeboy protecting Mohbad on stage. He was
Mm-hmm.
protecting him. Someone that was protecting him on stage will now have to use Obe Makeje on what ground? Even though they are fighting.